Good morning, my dear friends. I hope you all are doing good. It's really great to interact with you people through virtual platform. I hope you all are in a pink of health. So let's get started. In previous class, I discussed about cyclic structure of glucose. Okay, we talked about the Haworth structures of glucose. Okay, and we also discussed about the Fischer projection, okay, of glucose molecules, wherein we discussed about alpha D plus glucopyranose and beta D plus glucopyranose, correct? And we have just spoken to you people that the glucose is dextrose actually, because it can rotate the light in clockwise direction. Today we are with one more molecule called as fructose, and we will be discussing about the cyclic structure of fructose. First of all, exactly like glucose, we will take on first Fischer projection formula, and then we will talk about Haworth structures of fructose molecule, exactly in the similar way. Okay, but let us see first the cyclic structure of fructose. This is the molecular formula of fructose, C6H12O6. Glucose has also the same molecular formula, C6H12O6. And I explained you in one of the classes that glucose and fructose, what is the relationship between glucose and fructose? They are functional isomers because their molecular formula is same, but their functional groups are different. Glucose molecule has aldehyde functional group and the fructose has ketone as functional group. So when two molecules have same molecular formula but different functional groups, we call them as functional isomers. Please remember that for competitive exams, that glucose and fructose are basically the functional isomers. So let's come back to the theory. Second point is that I told you last time, fructose is polyhydroxy ketone. If I draw the structure, rough structure of the fructose molecule, you will be having CH2OH, C double bond O, third, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, and the sixth one here, CH2OH. Now this is first, this is second, third has OH on left side, right side, H, H and H. And you know what is the functional group in fructose molecule? This is your fructose molecule. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth carbon. This is ketone. You can see OH, 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 OH and OH. So many OH groups are there. So it's polyhydroxy. OH is known as hydroxy. So polyhydroxy ketone. Many OH groups are there. So polyhydroxy, and this is ketone. So this is polyhydroxy ketone. Second thing I told you, it's ketohexose. Keto means it contains ketone. That is keto. Hex means it has 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. So that is hex. And ose means sugar. So ketohexose. What is the meaning of ketohexose? It contains ketone. Hex means 6 carbon. Ose means a suffix. Use it to determine the sugars. Correct? And finally, libulose. What is the meaning? It can rotate plain polarized light. It can rotate plain polarized light in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. That's why it's called as libulose. You can also call it as levorotatory. And the symbol used for this will be minus. Or in place of minus, you can use small d. Sorry, you can use small l. L stands for here levorotatory. Minus means same thing, levorotatory only means it can rotate the light in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, levorotatory. It can rotate plane polarized light in anti-clockwise direction. That's why it's also called as libellous. Which thing? Libellous. I hope you have understood this introduction about the fructose molecule. So let us start our topic. Our topic is Fischer projection formula for this fructose molecule. Correct? So let us get started. So let me start it here. Have a look. If I draw the fructose in this particular way, have a look first of all. You just have a look and then tell me. C double bond O, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, and then finally you have sixth carbon, CH2OH. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Third carbon is OH group on left side. Then H, OH, OH, H, and H. My dear friends, in this particular molecule, it's our fructose molecule. In fructose molecule, you should remember that the second carbon is a functional group. In the glucose molecule, first carbon was functional group, that was aldehyde. And functional group is highly reactive group, remember always. Strong functional group is always highly reactive. The chemical reaction of an organic compound, okay, if you study the organic compounds like aldehydes, ketones, you will find out that the functional group is the highly reactive group. So it's because of the functional group, one molecule reacts with another molecule. Correct? So have a look. What is the functional group here? Ketone is the functional group. So the reaction will be by ketone. OH is also a functional group. But when I compare ketone with OH, ketone is strong functional group. Which thing? Strong functional group. So it will react. With whom it reacts? Because I have to make which structure? Cyclic structure. Okay? So now this will be the intramolecular reaction. Intra means within the same molecule there will be a reaction. So here in this case you will find out there is a reaction between functional group. What is functional group here? Ketone. Second carbon will react with the fifth carbon. Second carbon reacts with fifth carbon. So there is a reaction between second carbon and the fifth carbon. Which part of fifth carbon? OH group of fifth carbon will react with second carbon. Because second carbon is basically the functional group. It will react. Now we know one more thing. That we have in fructose molecule only 3 chiral carbons. Third carbon is chiral, fourth is also chiral carbon, and fifth is also chiral carbon. Can I tell you that this ketonic group will interact with the fifth chiral carbon to change itself into the cyclic form of fructose. So you will be getting cyclic form of fructose. So let us understand how. If I write down this molecule in this way, I will take down this group, CH2OH, on the left side here. So I will write down here CH2OH. So this is my first carbon now. I have taken it from here to here. Clear? So there is a reaction between which carbon and which carbon? We know that ketone is the CO is a ketone, and ketone is highly reactive group. So it interacts with the fifth carbon, which is a chiral carbon, last chiral carbon. Let me open it up. I will write it down O and H here. Let me write it like this, double bond O, this is ketone. So sigma and pi. In case of this ketone, let us shift this pi bond here. So what is the charge here? Minus, and this is the second carbon we know. What is the charge here? Plus. Clear? In the same way, we have a sigma bond between OH here. Let us shift it here. What is the charge here? Plus, and what is the charge here? Minus. There is only one bond here. So when this one bond breaks, hydrogen will be free. And this free hydrogen can go and interact with this oxygen. Correct? This hydrogen will go and interact with this oxygen. O minus and H plus will become OH. Now sigma bond is still there. Which bond is shifting? Pi bond is shifting. Now carbon has which charge here? Carbon has positive charge. So this O minus will interact with your carbon here, ketonic carbon. So my dear friends, H plus will come out and react with O minus. So what are the possibilities? Let us see now. Let us draw it. C single bond O, because pi bond has shifted. Once the pi bond shifts, you will be having plus here, we have minus. So what is here now? CH2OH. This is our first carbon. This is our second carbon, correct? Ketonic carbon. Then you have third carbon, fourth carbon, and fifth carbon you have here. So let's talk about third carbon, fourth, fifth, and finally sixth, CH2OH, the sixth carbon. We know that this hydrogen will come out, this guy will come out and it will react with O minus. So I will get here H plus. This is shifting from here to here. Correct? Let's remove the charges now. So OH. Now O minus is interacting with C plus. But on one side O minus is linked to fifth carbon. But other side it is making bond with carbon number second, ketonic carbon. So that means oxygen is attached to two carbons. It is attached to fifth carbon, this oxygen is attached to fifth carbon, and it's now also attached to which carbon? Second carbon. So that means oxygen is attached to, I will take oxygen, it's attached to fifth carbon and also attached to which carbon? Second carbon. What was the charge here? O minus C plus. Charges will cancel. Let's cancel this charge. My dear friends, this hydrogen comes out and reacts with O minus to make OH. Then what remains here? Fifth carbon with oxygen. Still bond is there. So O minus is interacting with the second carbon. So now there is a relationship. Second carbon, oxygen and fifth carbon. Now look here. Second carbon, oxygen and fifth carbon. Correct? Third carbon has OH group on left side and H. Fourth carbon has OH and H. And fifth carbon has here H. Now my dear friends, here in this case, previous case I was telling you that first carbon in case of glucose was anomeric carbon because that was functional group, because first carbon in glucose was aldehyde. Okay? And when it was changing into the cyclic structure, in glucose molecule first carbon was reacting with fifth carbon. But in case of fructose, who is the functional group? Aldehyde or ketone? Ketone is the functional group and ketone is the second carbon. Here second carbon is reacting with the fifth carbon. Okay? So my dear friends, here the functional group is second carbon. So your anomeric carbon in case of fructose will be second carbon. Because second carbon was a functional group, ketone. In glucose, first carbon was aldehyde. So that was becoming anomeric carbon or cyclic hemiacetal carbon. But here second carbon is basically the functional group, so it will become anomeric carbon. So my dear friends, this second carbon was ketonic functional group, CO group was ketonic group. So this is considered to be, this second carbon is considered to be anomeric carbon. Anomeric carbon. And remember it is carbon number second. Carbon number second in case of fructose. Because carbon number second in fructose is a ketonic group, functional group. Correct? In glucose, first group was aldehyde. So first carbon was anomeric carbon. Correct? Now, what is the position of OH group on anomeric carbon? Second carbon is here anomeric carbon. What is the position of OH group? Right side? So position of OH group on right side of anomeric carbon. Okay? So position of OH group on right side of anomeric carbon. So when the OH group is present on the right side of anomeric carbon, okay, we call it as alpha anomer. So this guy is an alpha anomer. In case of glucose, first carbon was the anomeric carbon, correct? But in case of fructose, second carbon is the anomeric carbon. And see here, the position of OH group on right side of anomeric carbon gives me alpha anomer. So this guy is alpha form. So I will write down for this thing. This is your alpha. Correct? Now second point. Everybody knows on fifth carbon, last chiral carbon, you can see. What is the OH group? OH group on last chiral carbon is on right side. So my dear friends, this will be capital D, which I have told you previous time. I told you that in the last, or rather on the last chiral carbon, the OH group is on which side? Right side. What is the meaning of that? The meaning is that it is a capital D configuration. And you know all natural sugars have capital D configuration. So it's capital D. So after that, if you make a solution of this fructose molecule, this is cyclic structure of fructose. This was open chain structure. I can call it as open chain structure of fructose. Open chain structure of fructose, you can see. Why alpha? Because presence of OH group on right side of anomeric carbon. That is alpha. Why D? Because fructose is a natural sugar and every natural sugar has capital D configuration. The position of OH group on right side of last chiral carbon. Now, if I make solution of the fructose, okay, and then I will pass on plain polarized light through it, it will rotate the light in anti-clockwise direction. So, I will use the sign minus here. Correct? Then after that, I know it's a fructose molecule, so I will call it as fructose. So I am having here alpha D minus fructose. So this guy is rotating the light in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, cool. Now I can also design the beta form, beta anomer also I can design. So this guy is alpha anomer. So this is my alpha anomer, correct? I can design the beta anomer. Last time I told you, what is the difference between alpha and beta? The difference is the change in position of OH group. At which carbon? Anomeric carbon. In glucose you have alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. They differ in the position of OH group at carbon number 1, which is anomeric carbon. But in case of fructose, anomeric carbons you have. But which carbon is anomeric carbon? Second carbon, because it was ketonic carbon, functional group. So the difference in the position of OH group at anomeric carbon gives me anomers. And here the anomeric carbon is second carbon. So I will change the position of OH group at second carbon here, not at first. First it was in case of glucose. But here anomeric carbon is second carbon. So I will put this OH group on this side and CH2OH group on this side. So let us see. So my dear friends, let's take on that structure exactly. I am not taking the mirror image. Remember, I am not taking the mirror image of this. I am only actually rotating the groups at carbon number 2 here, not at other carbons. The rest of the carbons will be having the same pattern of groups. Let's take on. The first carbon CH2OH this side, now it will go this side now. OH group is on second carbon on right side, now it will place it on left side to make an anomer, so that I will get an anomer. Let's take an oxygen here and it should attach to which carbon? Fifth carbon here. So we should have a fifth carbon here with hydrogen. So let's mention here it is CH2OH, the sixth carbon. The fourth carbon, OH, H. Third carbon, OH, H. So you have carbon number 1, carbon number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Correct? What is the OH group? Which carbon is second carbon? Again, second carbon is your anomeric carbon here in fructose. Anomeric carbon. That is carbon number 2. OH group on which side? On left side of anomeric carbon. Look here, OH group was on right side of anomeric carbon, and here OH group on left side of anomeric carbon. So this guy is known as beta anomer. So this is the beta form of fructose. So let us start. Beta, obviously it's a natural sugar. Natural sugar will have capital D configuration. Okay? And experimentally it has been found that this guy can also rotate the light in anti-clockwise direction, so minus. Remember, this alpha form and beta form, what are they? They are anomers. They are not mirror images. Because at carbon number 1st, 3rd, 4th and 5th, arrangement will be same. You are only changing the arrangement at carbon number 2nd, that's it. You are not getting the mirror image here. If you change the position of groups at every carbon, then exactly opposite you make the structure, then you will get a mirror image. And the optical activity will be exactly opposite. But you are only changing the position of OH group at 2nd carbon, so you won't get a mirror image. That means optical activity is the same. If that is minus, it's also minus here. And we know it's a fructose molecule. And everybody knows these structures are represented in horizontal lines and vertical lines. So they are actually Fischer projection formulae. So I took an open chain structure of fructose. I converted it into the alpha D minus fructose. How? When the second carbon, ketonic carbon, second carbon is ketone here. It has interacted with which carbon? OH group of 5th carbon. So second carbon reacts with OH group of 5th carbon. Second carbon is functional group ketone. And I am getting alpha D minus fructose. These forms are in equilibrium, means this can change into this and this can change back into this. So now this form can be also, open form can also change into beta D minus fructose. You can have a look here. So these are basically Fischer projection formulae for the fructose molecule. And you know that these alpha D minus fructose and beta D minus fructose, they are anomers, right? But at carbon number 2nd, you should remember that, because carbon number 2nd is anomeric carbon. Please do remember that. Make a note of that. We'll move further. So my dear friends, in previous class, we have read that alpha D plus glucose and beta D plus glucose are anomers at C1, carbon number 1, which is anomeric carbon. And you know that carbon number 1 is here, anomeric carbon in glucose. Now today we understood that alpha D minus fructose and beta D minus fructose are anomers. These guys are also anomers at C2, that is carbon number 2nd. In fructose, carbon number 2nd is anomeric carbon. Remember that. This is anomeric carbon. So alpha D plus glucose and beta D plus glucose are anomers at carbon number 1. And on the other hand, if you look at fructose, alpha D minus fructose and beta D minus fructose are anomers at carbon number 2nd. Why anomeric carbon is here carbon number 1? Because it was aldehyde in open chain structure, correct? And here in fructose, carbon number 2nd is ketone. So here the functional group was first carbon in glucose, and in second case fructose, functional group was 2nd carbon. So they have become anomeric carbons. Cool? So now after the cyclic structure discussion through the Fischer projection formulas, we have discussed the cyclic structure formation from open chain structure of fructose, and that representation was Fischer projection, because all the bonds I was representing in horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, now we are talking about Haworth structure, and we will talk about the Haworth structures for the fructose molecules. So my topic is Haworth structures. Okay, so let us see how it takes place. Previous time in case of glucose, I have taken the ring, heterocyclic ring, and that heterocyclic ring was pyrrole. If you remember, I have taken there a heterocyclic ring of this kind. It was pyrrole. This was pyrrole. 5 carbons were there and 1 oxygen. So it was heterocyclic compound. But now in case of fructose, I will be taking on furan ring, heterocyclic. This is also heterocyclic. Now in this particular compound, this is basically furan. Okay? And what are the characteristics? This ring contains how many carbon atoms? 4 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen. So this ring contains, furan contains 4 carbon atoms. 4 carbon atoms. Okay? Let me mention it a little down here. Our furan contains 4 carbon atoms plus 1 oxygen. When any cyclic compound, remember, when any cyclic compound contains any heteroatom means different atom. All atoms are here carbon, but when we look here, there is a different atom, that's oxygen. It's a heteroatom. So the compound becomes, this cyclic compound becomes heterocyclic compound. So it is a heterocyclic compound because it contains a heteroatom. Who is heteroatom here? Oxygen. So this is heteroatom. Heteroatom means a different atom. Okay. Now, Haworth has used this particular structure to design the cyclic structure of fructose molecule. So Haworth will use this particular structure for fructose, containing 4 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen. But when we were designing the structure of glucose, he has used pyrrole ring. Yes or no? Because at that time, 5 carbon atoms were in a ring and 1 oxygen was also in a ring. 6th carbon was outside. But in this case, fructose, you will find out that only 4 carbon atoms will be in the ring. Yes, and 1 oxygen. 2 carbon atoms, 1st carbon atom and the 6th carbon atom will be outside the ring. So let me show you that particular thing. So let me design the Haworth structures. Have a look. First of all, I will take my reference. I will take the Fischer structure first. This is my Fischer structure. Now this carbon along with oxygen interacts with the 5th carbon. So I'll be having here CH2, OH, H. This is 1st carbon, this is 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Okay. 3rd carbon, OH, H, OH, H. Cool. 3, 4, 5 and 6th. Now look here. The 1st carbon is outside and 6th carbon is also outside. And everybody knows this is alpha. Alpha D minus fructose I am taking. And I will design alpha D minus fructose there only. But the pattern of cyclic structure is different. This is also a cyclic structure. In this cyclic structure you will find out you have carbon number 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 oxygen in this ring. You can see here. In this particular closed structure you have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen. And in this furan also 4 carbon atoms are there and 1 oxygen. That's why this structure is used. Correct? So let us see how can we design. Last time I told you, 2nd carbon here is basically anomeric carbon. If we talk of 2nd carbon, anomeric carbon, where is OH group? OH group is on right side. And last time I told you something about OH group. Right actually means below. You can also say down. You can write down term down also. And when the OH group, this OH group is on this side, then it becomes what? Left. And left means actually up. Correct? I hope you have understood this term. Last time I discussed. Now let us design our structure for this alpha D minus fructose. This is your Fisher projection. Remember, this is your Fisher projection for alpha form of fructose. Now let me design Haber structure. Let me take this molecule. I don't need these pi bonds, so I will remove the pi bonds. I will take only the structure like this. Correct? Now we know that which carbon is inside the ring. Inside the ring you have second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and fifth carbon. Second carbon is attached to the fifth carbon through oxygen. So inside the ring you have second, third, fourth, fifth carbon. Second and fifth carbon are linked through oxygen atom. So if I tell it as second carbon, this carbon will be the fifth carbon. Second carbon and fifth carbon are attached through oxygen, are linked through oxygen. Which carbon is outside? First carbon, CH2OH is outside. And sixth carbon is also outside, CH2OH. Now, let's go further. Let us understand who is attached to the second carbon on one side. CH2OH, who is on the right side? Second carbon is aromatic carbon, who is on the right side? OH. And what is the meaning of right? Right basically means here, as I told you, right means low. Or we can say down. So tell me now here guys, on carbon number second if we talk about, if we have two groups, where is the OH group on carbon number second? Right side. What is the meaning of right? Below. That means on second carbon OH group should be right side. Right side means below. But what is on the second carbon? One more group is on the second carbon. What is that? CH2OH. And obviously, when OH group is on right side, it will be below. Then CH2OH will be above. So CH2OH will be above. So this is your first carbon. First carbon is outside the ring. Look here once again. Second carbon is aromatic carbon. It has OH group on right side. That is alpha form. OH group on right side means what? Right side means below. So I have to write down here below. And automatically this group, CH2OH group will come up. So it will be up. Now this is your alpha form. Here the OH group is below. Okay. Now this is third carbon. This is fourth carbon. This is fifth. And which carbon is also outside? Sixth carbon is also outside. CH2OH. So sixth carbon is outside the place. Sixth carbon is outside the place. So let us write down that particular thing as well. Cool. Sixth carbon is out of the ring. So I will write down here CH2OH. Correct? What else is on fifth carbon? Fifth carbon has which group? CH2OH, but CH2OH is outside the ring. Now look here, it is outside the ring. What else is on the fifth carbon? Hydrogen. So hydrogen will be written like this. This is the sixth carbon. Correct? Now after that, third carbon has OH group on which side? Third carbon has OH group on left side. OH group is on left side. What do you mean by left side? Left side means up. So left side means up. So OH group will be up. Third carbon has OH group on left side. Left means up. So I am writing up. So obviously, when OH is up, hydrogen will automatically come down. Fourth carbon has OH group. On which side? Right side. What's the meaning of right side? Right side means down or below, you can say. So, fourth carbon has OH group down. That is on right side. So H will automatically come up. Now my dear friends, the second carbon is here. Which carbon? The second carbon is here. Aromatic carbon. And where is the OH group on second carbon? The position of OH group is down. Down means position of OH group is downwards, or you can say below, or you can say right side. So which isomer is this? this guy is alpha isomer, or you can say alpha anomer. So my dear friend, this is alpha anomer. And what will be the name of this molecule? Have a look. I'll call it as alpha. And it's a natural sugar, so D. And we already know the optical activity of this. This is levorotatory. It can rotate the light in anti-clockwise direction. And finally, fructose is there. Fructose can be written as fructo. You can also call it as, for fructose, I will use the term fructo. Fructo basically means it's a clipped word. I have cut the fructose into fructo. And fructo will tell me actually fructose only. Fructo. For fructose we are writing fructo, and for glucose we are writing gluco. So here I am writing fructo for fructose. But which ring I am using to design this Haber structure? Which ring I am using? I am using a heterocyclic compound. What is the name of the heterocyclic compound? Furan. So I am using furan. So I will call it as fructofuran. Fructofuran. And we know it's a sugar only. And for sugars we are using a term OSE, OS. That signifies that it's a sugar. So what is the name? Alpha. Alpha means position of OH group on right side, downwards or below on the first carbon. Sorry, on the anomeric carbon, that is second carbon. The position of OH group on the right side of anomeric carbon or downwards or below. And here the anomeric carbon is second carbon. D stands for natural sugar. Minus stands for its levorotatory. It can rotate the light in anti-clockwise direction. Fructose stands for its fructose molecule. And furan means heterocyclic ring is there containing 4 carbon atoms. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms are in this ring. Okay, and 1 oxygen. So it's a heterocyclic compound, furan. OS means actually it's a sugar. So I designed it alpha D minus fructofuranose. And this structure was designed by taking the help of Fischer projection. This is Fischer projection only. And this is the modified structure, cyclic structure. This is cyclic, this is also cyclic, but this is the modified cyclic form used by Haworth by taking furan as a base form of this. So after this we'll discuss about the beta D minus fructofuranose structure. Please make note of this particular thing. So now my dear friends, let's talk about the beta form of the fructose Haworth structure. Exactly the same thing I will do. Cool. I will take the furan ring, okay, and I know that here the OH group is down, so it's which form? It's an alpha anomer. Position of OH group is downwards, below or right is alpha anomer, correct? Because here the below means basically right side, remember that thing? Now I will interchange the things here, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct? I know that first carbon is above here, CH2OH. Forget about it. What is the OH group on second carbon? Second carbon is anomeric carbon. OH group is downwards. Downwards means alpha anomer. But if I put this OH group up, it will become beta anomer. Correct? Because I have to change the position of OH group on anomeric carbon. Correct? So my anomeric carbon is second carbon. So this second carbon is my anomeric carbon. So this is my anomeric carbon. Carbon number second. So let me change the position of OH group on carbon number second. On carbon number second, OH group is down, but in this structure, I will write down OH group up. So who will come down? CH2OH will come down. CH2OH. So it will come down. Now look here. What is this? This signifies position of OH group up, we can say, or upwards. Or we can say it also signifies left side. Because when we talk of Fischer projection, there it means left side. Left side basically means upwards or up, you can say. And it gives me which? Anomer, beta anomer. So this guy is the beta anomer. Because its OH group is on upper side, upside. At which carbon? At anomeric carbon, which is carbon number second. Correct? Now third carbon, rest of the structure is same, because you are only changing the position of OH group at carbon number carbon number second, which is anomeric carbon. So rest of the structure is same, rest of the structure will be same. So third carbon has OH group up, same here, OH, H. Fourth carbon, H, OH. Fifth carbon, H. And then you have the sixth carbon that is outside only, CH2OH, that is sixth carbon. Now my dear friends, I can call it as beta. Clear? It's a natural sugar, so capital D, it's a natural sugar. And its optical activity is minus only, levorotatory, and I can call it as fructose. Fructose stands for fructose sugar. And then I will use the term, I know that it's a furon ring. This ring is a furon ring, so I will use furon. Okay? And it's a sugar, so I will use OS. So it's a beta D minus fructofuranose. So what is the relationship between these two forms? This form and this form. What is the relationship? They are anomers at carbon number second. So these two are anomers at carbon number second. I hope you have understood the Haber structure of fructose molecule. Okay, this is all for today. We'll come up with a new topic tomorrow pertaining to biomolecules. So till that time, take care of yourself. Have a good time. Yo-yo.